Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to another question. In these videos I go over exam technique, how to approach the question and the common mistakes that are made while doing the questions. Today's topic will be on box plots. If you have any questions related to this question after this video, or if you have any other questions about any other topic in mathematics, please leave your questions in the comment section below and I'll get to them as soon as I can. Alright, this will be the last video of my grade 6 videos and we will be moving on to grade 7 from the next video onwards. Alright, so this question is about box plots. The question is as follows. The cumulative frequency graph shows the weight in grams of 60 apples. The apples had a minimum weight of 163 grams and a maximum weight of 188 grams. Sketch and label a box plot to show the distribution of the weights of the apples. Alright, so we have to sketch and label a box plot to show the distribution of the weights of apples. The important information is that the apples had a minimum weight of 163 grams and a maximum weight of 188 grams. And we are sketching and labeling a box plot to show the distribution of the weights of the apples. So the first thing to think about is what kind of information does a box plot contain that we can actually show? Well, we know that it includes the minimum value, so it definitely includes a minimum value. The next thing it has is the lower quartile. Then it has the median. Then it has the upper quartile. And finally, it has the maximum. Alright, so if we can get all of these values from this cumulative frequency graph, then we'll be able to know what our box plot should look like. Well, we are already given the minimum weight of 163 grams, so we can write 163 there. The maximum weight is 188. Alright, the lower quartile, well, there are 60 apples, which means the lower quartile will be 15 apples in. Alright, so this will be 15 apples in. The median will be at 30 apples. And the upper quartile will be at 45 apples. And the way I got this was the low quartile is the low 25%, and 25% of 60 is 15. The median is at 50%. So that's 50% of 60, which will give us 30. And finally, we have upper quartile, which is the 75%, and 75% of 60 is 45. And if we look at our graph, we can see that if we go up to 15, goes up to there, and we can see what weight that is if we go down, and that is at 165. That is 165. Next we'll look at the median, which is at 30 apples. So if we go to 30, go across where it touches the graph, go all the way down. Now in your exam, please use a sharp pencil. I'm just doing it with this to show you what it could look like if you didn't have a sharp pencil, and look how it's covering more than one square, so obviously there's a chance of getting it wrong. However, I knew beforehand that the answer was going to be 70, so I will write that down. It's 170, and for 45 apples, that would be over here, going across, and then going down. It's quite a nice question because all the values can quite easily be found. And that is 175. So now we have all the values that we need to complete our box plot. So down here we have our graph where we're going to sketch it. So I've put it from 130 to 200. They could give you a graph which looks a bit different, but again, all we need to really have is between 140 and 190 because that's what the graph they've given us goes to. And we are going to label this as the weight in grams. And now we can draw our values out. So the minimum value, if we remember, was 163. So first we will have our 163, which will be somewhere around here. The next thing we had was our lower quartile, which was at 165. Next, we had our median at 170. That was followed by our upper quartile at 175. And finally, we had our maximum value at 188. Now again, they will give you a graph paper which is a lot more accurate than this one, but this is just to show you how to go about finding the values. Now we have plotted all of our important parts, and now we can draw our box and whiskers. So the first one will just be a line for the whiskers. The next 3 lines will form the box, and the final line will again be a whisker. And now we have our whisker and box plot, or a box and whisker plot, however we like saying it. So if we go back to here, again, minimum was 163, lower quartile is 165, median is 170, upper quartile is 175, and the maximum value is 188. And by looking at this box plot, I'm pretty sure we've answered the question correctly. So this would be our answer. All right. I hope this helped you understand box plots a bit more. Again, if you have any questions about this specific topic, do leave it in the comment section below. If you have any questions about any other topics, also leave that here, and I will be more than happy to answer these questions as soon as I can. All right. Well, thanks for watching and stay safe.